When you hear the word bird, what image comes to your mind? A small, cute creature flitting from branch to branch, singing a sweet melody? Well, it somehow holds true for most birds, but not this lanky raptor. Standing over 4 feet tall, with long legs like a crane, an eagle-like head, and a robust body that is just built to smash and kill, the secretary bird is a nightmare not just for snakes, but for any animal that dares to cross its path. In this video, we'll dive into the world of this bird of prey and find out why it's known as the deadly dancer of the Savanna. Hello, wildlife lovers, and welcome back to the Wildest Beasts. But before we begin, remember to hit the like and subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our wild adventures. The secretary bird, scientifically known as Sagittarius serpentine, is the largest terrestrial bird of prey that lives in the sub-Saharan regions of Africa. While it may have a stork-like physique, it actually belongs to the order Accipitriformes, which includes other diurnal birds of prey such as vultures, eagles, kites, and hawks. If we talk about how it got its name, well, there are many theories, but John Frederick Miller was the first one who described the species in 1779 and named it Falco serpentarius due to its strikingly dark, elongated features that adorn its head. He observed that the quill-like feathers of these birds resemble the quill pens that secretaries use to tuck behind their ears while working. However, in 1783, French biologist John Herrmann renamed it Sagittarius serpentarius, which is derived from the Arabic word sagarater, meaning hunter or hawk bird. This theory directly aligns with the translation of the Latin name Sagittarius, which means archer, and serpentarius, which highlights the bird's skill as a hunter of reptiles. This species' primary habitat consists of semi and savannas and grasslands. These open areas provide the perfect hunting ground for the secretary bird, as they can spot their prey from a distance and chase them with ease. They can also be found in fallow fields, airfields, and animal pastures, as human development has encroached on their traditional habitats. Typically, these birds steer clear of mountainous and hilly regions, as well as extremely arid areas. In terms of physical appearance, the secretary bird is just as unique as its name. Both male and female birds have a similar appearance, with a sleek, muscular body covered in gray, white, and black feathers. Their eagle-like head is adorned with a striking red, orange, and yellow patch of skin around their eyes, which gives them a fierce and intimidating look. This prehistoric-looking bird stands at an impressive height of 4.3 feet and can weigh between 8.2 to 9.4 pounds, making it the tallest raptor in the world. However, what truly sets the secretary bird apart from other birds of prey is its incredibly long pink and heavily scaled legs with sharp, curved talons and a wingspan of up to 7 feet. Their neck is relatively short and can only be lowered to the intertarsal joint, requiring the bird to stoop or crouch down to reach the ground. Now, speaking of, what do secretary birds eat? Well, in a nutshell, anything and everything. Unlike most birds of prey that have a specialized diet, the secretary bird is an opportunistic hunter that will eat just about anything it can catch. Its daily menu includes small to medium-sized mammals, like mice, hares, and hedgehogs. It also shares a love-hate relationship with other birds, as it preys on their eggs and smaller species. Apart from that, this cute yet deadly bird will even eat crabs, rabbits, insects, millipedes, and scorpions. However, the main course in its diet is snakes, and surprisingly enough, it prefers venomous ones like cobras and puff adders, which perfectly aligns with their scientific name, catcher of a serpent. Occasionally, it may also enjoy a small tortoise or lizard as a side dish. But why is the secretary bird called the deadly dancer of the Savanna? Well, it's because of its unique and deadly hunting style. Unlike other birds of prey, like falcons that catch their prey in mid-air, the secretary bird is almost completely terrestrial. It spends most of its day patrolling the savanna, searching for potential meals. When it spots something it wants to eat, it will either stomp on the ground until its prey is dead, or knock it down with a swift and powerful kick. Its kicking force is estimated to be around 195 newtons, which is equivalent to 5 times its body weight. This kick is so fast and powerful that it takes only 15 milliseconds for the contact to be made, making it nearly impossible for its prey to escape. Sometimes, if its prey is hiding in a shrub or bush, the secretary bird will stomp on the ground near it to flush it out into the open for an easier catch. The moment it sees a snake, its mortal enemy, it runs toward it at high speeds and attacks it without showing any mercy. It spreads its wings wide open and uses its long legs as weapons to strike down the snake. After the first few strikes, which are usually enough to kill the snake, the secretary bird finishes it off with a final few kicks, picks it up with its mouth, and swallows it whole. Apart from being a skilled hunter, the secretary bird is also an excellent runner. It can reach speeds of up to 2.5 to 3 kilometers per hour, taking 120 steps per minute on average. In search of food, it can cover an area of up to 20 miles a day. They also have a unique way of dealing with dung piles. They use their feet or beaks to break them apart and search for insects they can add to their menu. They prefer to hunt near their breeding partners or in small family groups. However, they usually keep their distance to avoid encroaching on one another's territories. Unlike other members of the order Accipitriformes, the secretary birds primarily spend their time on the ground, but it doesn't mean they can't fly. These raptors only take to the skies when necessary, such as for courtship displays and to reach their nests in acacia trees. Their long legs can be seen following behind them, providing balance and stability. During hot periods, secretary birds use thermals to rise up to 3,800 meters above the ground. It allows them to conserve energy and stay cool in the heat of the savanna. But even though they can fly, secretary birds prefer to travel by foot. It's their preferred method of hunting, and they are quite skilled at it. According to studies, their unique and deadly hunting style has helped scientists understand the tactic of prehistoric terror birds, which were colossal flightless predators that walked the earth over 3 million years ago. Despite being one of the most feared birds in Africa, this unique raptor is believed to be quite friendly towards humans. Archaeologists have discovered that ancient African tribes kept these birds as pets to protect their agricultural fields from pests and snakes. But it's not just their pest control abilities that make them fascinating to humans. The secretary bird has a deep spiritual and cultural significance in many countries. It is a significant element on the coat of arms of Sudan and South Africa, where it is considered a symbol of power and vigilance. In many African cultures, the secretary bird is believed to possess great intelligence and wisdom. The Maasai people call it Olembe Nabo, which translates to one arrow. These nomadic people often use parts of the bird in traditional medicine. The feathers are burned and inhaled to treat epilepsy, while consuming their eggs with tea is said to cure headaches. In fact, it is also depicted on an ivory knife handle, which dates back to Nakata III culture around 3200 BC, illustrating its long-standing significance. But beyond its spiritual and cultural importance, the secretary bird also plays a crucial role in maintaining ecological balance. It has earned the title of Kung Fu bird for its efficient hunting techniques, especially when it comes to killing venomous snakes. So it might not be wrong to say that this terrestrial bird is the absolute perfect snake killer. The courtship of secretary birds takes place at any time of the year, but is most active during the dry seasons. The monogamous pair works together to build a large and sturdy nest on top of a thorny tree, usually an acacia, at a height of 2.5 to 13 meters above the ground. The nest is constructed as a flat platform made of sticks, grass, and sometimes even dung, with a shallow depression in the middle. Once the nest is complete, the female lays a clutch of 1 to 3 chalky, bluish-green or white eggs at intervals of 2 to 3 days. Now, the most interesting thing about these birds is that both parents take turns incubating the eggs. However, it is usually the female who spends the most time in the nest, nurturing and protecting her precious eggs. After about 45 days, the first egg hatches, and the parents continue to take turns incubating the remaining eggs until they all hatch at intervals of 2 to 3 days. The chicks are born covered in gray-white down, with their bare facial skin and legs being a bright yellow. They rely on their parents for food, who regurgitate it onto the nest floor and then pick it up to feed them. As they grow, the young birds start to stand on their own and feed themselves after about 40 days. At this stage, they've developed crest feathers and flight feathers as well. After 60 days, the fully feathered young start to flap their wings and gain weight quickly. The young secretary birds stay in the nest for about 75 to 80 days, after which they take their first leap of faith and leave the nest. However, they stay within their natal range for about 4 to 7 months before dispersing and finding their own territory. Interestingly, the usual age of first breeding for secretary birds is not clearly defined, but there have been cases of successful breeding as young as 2 years and 9 months old. The average lifespan of secretary birds is around 10 to 15 years in the wild, but under human care, they can live up to 20 years. However, despite its fierce and impressive appearance, the secretary bird is in grave danger. While it may have earned the title of the Archer of Snakes, this terrestrial raptor is facing numerous threats that are putting its very existence at risk. According to the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species of 2020, the secretary bird has been uplisted as an endangered species. It is estimated that there are only 6,700 to 67,000 mature individuals left in the wild, and these numbers are rapidly declining. There are several factors contributing to this decline, including habitat loss and degradation, illegal trade, and hunting. As we said before, the secretary bird prefers to live in wide-open savannas and grasslands, but with increasing human activities like agriculture, urbanization, and infrastructure development, their natural habitat is being destroyed at an alarming rate. So, what do you think? Should we let this strictly terrestrial hunter become just a memory in our history books? Or should we do something to save this majestic bird from the brink of extinction? Well, do let us know your thoughts in the comments section, because we believe that every voice counts in saving our planet's precious wildlife. If you enjoyed watching this video, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and press the bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.